Six top compact 9s. Criteria is double stack, 9mm, compact or subcompact, because that term is used kind of interchangeably and is more of a marketing thing than anything. The other criteria is that these are all guns I have personally spent range time with. So at the end, if you're saying, hey, how come you didn't mention one that I'm interested in, or my favorite, like maybe the Springfield Armory XD9 Mod 2, well, I probably should, and it probably should be on the list and in the video, but I have not spent range time with it yet. So doesn't mean I don't like it, doesn't mean it shouldn't be on the video, and it doesn't mean it won't be on a future one. So there's that. Okay, starting out, Glock 26 Gen 4. Otherwise known as Baby Glock. This is probably the pistol that started the whole subcompact, double stack, 9mm. Really, that entire class was really started by the Baby Glock. So the Glock 26 here in Gen 4 has quite a legacy, and it has proven itself extremely worthy, reliable. It is a Glock, and so it has all those great Glock qualities. But it also has all the things about Glock that people may not like as much, you know, like the grip angle and whatever. Here are the numbers on the Glock 26. Overall length is 6.41 inches, height 4.17, weight 21.71 ounces, width 1.18 inches. The trigger reach, which I measured myself, which is the distance from here to here, that is 2.771. Average of 5 pulls for me was 6 pounds 13.5 ounces of trigger weight. Capacity standard is 10 rounds. However, you can put a magazine like this in it. There aren't too many others. In fact, there are no others that I'm aware of in this class that you can put a 33 round magazine in. But you can with the Glock 26. Standard capacity, however, is 10 rounds. There is no external safety option available for the Glock 26. There are no ambidextrous controls, although the magazine release is reversible. Sights are typically, as they are in this case, the standard Glock sights. You can get Glock night sights, which are a 3-dot combat configuration, and there are a number of aftermarkets available. Pretty much everybody makes sights for Glocks. And that's one of the things about a Glock. Absolutely hands down the best aftermarket support available for Glocks, simply because of the numbers. There are so many Glocks out there in service and in civilian hands that everybody makes holsters and sights and magazines and parts and all kinds of stuff for the Glock. So that's a huge advantage. So certainly one of the top compact 9s, the Glock 26, Gen 4. Next up, can't talk about top compact 9mm unless you're talking about the Sig Sauer P320 subcompact in that lineup, and this is indeed that pistol. Been out now for, I think, a couple of years, the P320 line. The subcompact joined the line a little bit late, but it is an extremely nice carry option. It is much thinner and shorter than a lot of its competitors. Here are the numbers on the P320 subcompact. Overall length is 6.7 inches. Height is 4.7 inches. Weight 24.9 ounces with an empty magazine. The width is 1.3 inches. Trigger reach, here to here, 2.531 inches. Average of 5 pulls was just over 7 pounds. 7 pounds 1 ounce with this gun. Capacity is 12. So you get 12 rounds in this very tiny little package, which is pretty incredible. There is no external safety option. You do have ambidextrous slide stop, slide release controls, and the magazine catch is reversible. The sights are 3-dot. They're either painted 3-dot sights, or you can get the Sig Light night sights as an option. There are aftermarket sights available for Sig Sauer P320s. Any P320 sights are going to fit this. However, these are a low profile configuration, making them good for a carry gun. One of the things about the Sig, there is no front rail, so you do not have any Picatinny rail out front. If you wanted to mount a laser or a light, that's going to be a little bit more tricky. However, huge advantage about the P320, of course, is that it is a modular system. This grip frame can be replaced with different colors, different sizes. This is the small. You can get medium and large, and very likely you can get one with a Picatinny rail. P320 subcompact has not been out nearly as long as some of the others. However, for me it's proven itself, and I think for most who have used it, it has proven itself. So it's definitely a contender. Next up, also very well proven out in the field, and certainly by me, the Smith & Wesson 9C double stack 9mm, compact or subcompact, again depending on whatever the marketing department decided it was. Here are the numbers on the Smith & Wesson M&P 9C. Overall length 6.7 inches. The height is 5 inches even. I measured that myself. They don't publish it. Weight is 24.7 ounces with an empty magazine. The width is 1.3 inches. Something else I measured myself, and I did it across the widest part here where the ambidextrous slide release is. Trigger reach here to here, 2.624 inches. Average of 5 trigger pulls gave me a 7 pound 14 ounce reading. This was the heaviest of all the triggers that I pulled. Capacity is 12 rounds for the 9C. You can use longer magazines for other M&P double stack 9mm, so you do have that advantage as well. There is an external safety option. This gun does not have it, but you can get this pistol with an external safety as an option. The M&P 9C does have a little bit of pick rail out front, so you can put a light or a laser. The sights are a Novak style combat 3-dot sight. Really good sight picture. I like the Smith & Wesson M&P sights quite a bit. They're not as low as some, but they're still a relatively low profile sight for this carry gun. Mentioned that the ambidextrous controls are in place for the slide stop, slide release. Magazine release is also reversible. So that's the M&P 9C. It is an excellent little shooter. It's a fun to shoot gun, and it fits beautifully in with the rest of the M&P line. Next on the table, the FNS 9C. Hey, that's another gun called 9C. FNS from the FN company. This is a double stack 9mm also. It is the slightly smaller version of the very popular FNS 9. The numbers on this pistol, overall length 6.7 inches. That is a very popular overall length among this class of handgun. 5.2 inches is the height. This is the tallest of all of these guns. 23.4 ounces it weighs with an empty magazine. The width is 1.35, so it's a little on the thick side among this group. Trigger reach from here to here, 2.864. So it's a bit of a stretch. Definitely prefers people with the longer hands. Trigger breaks nice and clean on this gun. I measured a 5-pull average coming out to 6 pounds 7 ounces. It is also a 12-round magazine, so we have 12 plus 1 capacity. There is no external safety or external safety option for this pistol either. It also does have ambidextrous slide stop, slide release, and it has an ambidextrous magazine release. So this gun is fully ambidextrous right out of the box. One of the things I am not crazy about with this gun is the mag release. I think they made it a little bit too flush to the pistol, and I have a hard time operating it. So this gun, as you can see, I have a hard time working the mag release. It's a good thing it's ambidextrous, because sometimes I just use my index finger to work the one on the other side, although that's not really intuitive, and under any kind of stress I don't think I'd be able to do that. So I'd like to see FN fix that magazine release. I know you could swap that out with the bigger one from the full-size pistol, but I would like to see them address that for this gun. Fix that problem. If they do, this gun would stand proudly among its peers. Sights are also 3-dot style, sort of a Novak style rear sight, and a nice front blade, a little bit on the tall side for this size gun. Also, the front dot is much bigger than the two rear dots. So it's kind of a nice, easy sight picture to pick up. Up next, one of my favorites. I'm going to admit my bias right up front. I love this pistol a lot. The HK P30 SK. It is a subcompact or compact, again, depending on who you listen to. This is the LE version. Has the LEM trigger. It has night sights, so there's some options here. It also has no external safety, although an external safety is available on this pistol as an option. There's a big price range on these guns depending on how you get them configured, because you can get it about 8 different ways. So that's one of the distinctive things about the HK pistols compared to most of the others. The numbers for this gun: overall length 6.42 inches, so it is among the shortest. It's almost exactly the same length as the Glock 26. The height 4.57 inches. It weighs 23.99 ounces with an empty magazine. The width is 1.37. This is the fattest. This is the tubbiest little gun among the group. Trigger reach here to here 2.871. That is also the longest distance of any trigger reach of these 6. But that trigger breaks really nice. It is a great trigger. It is, again, the LE version. It is considered double action only. It breaks at 5 pounds 7 ounces from an average of 5 pulls measured. That was the lightest of the group. Capacity is just 10 rounds for the HK P30 SK, but it will accept magazines in 15 rounds or more from other P30 series or VP9 series. So we have that going for it. Talked about the external safety being available. It is also ambidextrous slide stop, slide release lever, and ambidextrous magazine release because it uses the European style paddle rather than the button on the side. Fantastic little pistol, marvelously accurate, 100% reliable, a great shooter. You can shoot it fast, you can shoot it flat, and it's a great carry gun. Again, one of my favorites. Okay, last up of 6 top compact 9s, but by no means is it least. These guns are presented in no particular order. The order they're presented in does not imply favorite or best or anything. Got to start at one end and go to the other no matter how you do it. This is also the newest of all these pistols. It is the VP9 SK from Heckler & Koch. The numbers on this gun: 6.61 is the overall length. The height is 4.57, exactly the same as the P30 SK. Weight 23.07 ounces with an empty magazine. The width is 1.31, so it's a little stout. Trigger reach from here to here 2.805. So like its sibling, the other HK, it's got a fairly long trigger reach. However, nice and comfortable. The capacity is 10 rounds, just like the P30 SK. In fact, they use the exact same magazines, and like the P30 SK, you can use longer magazines from the VP or P30 series. There is no external safety on this gun, nor is there at this time an option for an external safety. You do have an ambidextrous slide stop, slide release control. Of course, we have the European style paddle magazine release, which is ambidextrous. We also have this Novak style sights. These are the non-night sights. They do glow in the dark for a while after they have absorbed some ambient light, but they're not night sights. We have the little cocking ear tabs on the VP9. That's the only gun that has something like that on it. And it is, so far, with all the testing I've done on it, a heck of a little shooter and an extremely good carry option. Okay kids, there they are. 6 top compact 9mm pistols. Compact or subcompact, your choice. Most of them are considered subcompact. I think a couple of them are just called compacts though. So I don't know if I looked at your favorite. I didn't try to indicate any of them as being my favorite, although I did sort of imply the ones that I like the most. You can see from this top-down, upside-down shot that these guns are all pretty similarly sized. So when you're looking for a subcompact or compact 9mm that are double stacks like this, the big thing is going to be the width, the thickness of the pistol. That's probably the most important consideration. After that is going to be the height. They all make good carry guns. They're all very reliable. They're all very accurate. Any of these guns would be an excellent choice. 2 that do not have Picatinny rail are the Glock and the Sig. Everything else, you've got some rail to put something on. So if I left something out, I mentioned up front, I deliberately did not mention the Springfield Armory XD9 Mod 2 because I haven't spent any range time with it, so I can't say anything about it. That's certainly one that I wouldn't mind taking a look at if I didn't talk about one of your favorites or something you think should be on this list. Let me know in the comments below. I would love to hear about it. Don't forget to like the video, and if you don't subscribe, I'd appreciate it if you do.